This is why a lot of athletes struggle with chain wrestling. They don't have that next technical response. So if, let's say, I get to a single leg, my opponent's usually, and they sprawl in a circle. I'm in a good hip pressure position, but I have a deep right knee. I'm bicep deep on a single leg, good position, but sprawled upon, right? So I have two main finishes from there. Now, if I'm more extended, that's a different area of wrestling. But if I'm in that position I described, my opponent has, a first option, which is going to be stuff in the head, square in the hips, arch till it hurts, probably pushing and sliding, trying to get away. So what's my counter to their number one counter? Once I have that and I start drilling that, now I can start to chain wrestle. Then the more advanced you get, it can go a little bit deeper too, right? So my opponent attacks, I down block, I catch my opponent in a front headlock. I'm trying to score. What's the best way, the main way most people try to get out of a front headlock? I need to know that, which is probably attacking high in the triceps, stepping, right ear on the right shoulder, circling out. What's the best counter to that counter, right? Drill that. Now you can start to chain wrestle a little bit. So the best way to chain wrestle is to get very technically diverse in kind of an organized fashion. So you like to focus mostly on the very common positions in wrestling. For example, if you got a chance to shoot 400 free throws this year in a basketball game, not just practice, you would say, holy cow, that's a common position. I need to become good at shooting a free throw. Well, your opponent's going to grab your neck with a collar tie probably 8-9 times a match. Let's say 8 times 50 matches, 400 times this year during high school season or youth season. Your opponent's going to grab your head with a collar tie. So you need to get good at scoring from a collar tie. That's the common position philosophy that we do. We just had in 2020, just recently, 44 of our athletes made the state medals stand in high school in the state of Missouri and Illinois. 22 made the finals. So, that's a 50% success rate as far as placers actually going for first or second. So these are the stats where, when I see stats like that, I'm like, okay, we're on track. There's always room for improvement, but, our common position philosophy works. But from these common positions, you need to start thinking about what's my best way to score, but what's my opponent's number one wall of defense to counter my attack? What's my response? That's really just as deep as you need to go in high school wrestling. So there's some tips on how to chain wrestle. You can check us out at purlerwrestling.com. We'd love to have you.